Ooh, I found one already. You start talking. Prom, P-R-O, I can't help it.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Tell them good morning, Tammy.
Good morning, everybody. I'm gonna give you a little visit with seeing what I do. Don't expect too much. Look, oldest grandson had a birthday, November the 2nd. I text him, and here's his birthday present. I didn't mail it, because if he drops by and picks it up, I get to see him. So there was motive behind not mailing it.
Eric didn't come for his birthday?
You know those young'uns is busy. Young'uns nowadays is busier than we ever thought about being. All we want to do is climb trees and play in the dirt. And these young'uns here, they all the time got something to do.
Did you do that? Climb trees and
I sure did. We had a tree, a mimosa tree. I think that's what you call it. One of them that sprouts out. It's got those pretty little butterbean looking leaves on it. That's what I always called them. I used to love to climb that tree in my front yard.
You know, it seems like I remember that. You talking about it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and let me tell y'all, how many of y'all saw Georgia whoop up on Tennessee yesterday? I watched every play except when I had to go to the ladies' room. It was good. Tennessee just wasn't prepared. I tried to tell them guys at work it was going to be a low-scoring game and Georgia was going to win. And nah, it's going to be a high-scoring game.
And it seemed like you was like trying to wake me up when the game started.
Oh, I was, because I knew I was going to be hollering. And I did holler. Especially when Georgia fumbled that ball in the very first play. Now, I hollered. But it was a good game. For some reason, Tennessee just didn't show up to play. I did expect them to score one more touchdown, but it didn't hurt my feelings that they didn't. But I'm glad it turned out like it did. And there's nothing wrong with Tennessee being number 2. They can stay in number 2, just so Georgia's number 1. All right, I just had to share that.
She getting ready to go to church, y'all. Well, you done got ready, ain't you?
Yeah, everything but my shoes. But we had to fall back last night with the clock. And I forgot to fall back, so I got up early. So, I got time to kill doing my puzzle book. Stephen bought me this puzzle book. And I can tell you when he gave it to me. He gave it to me October the 2nd. That's the first day I done a puzzle. I went through the right side pages and went all the way to the back, and now I'm coming back on the left side of the pages, and I only have that many more to do. All this is done. So about Christmas time, I'll be due for me another puzzle book. I love doing this stuff, even if I can't spell. The words is over here, so I can see them.
That's what you like to do in the camper, ain't it?
Yep. I like to sit there and watch TV every now and then and do my puzzle book.
You listen to the TV and do your puzzle book?
And listen to you.
I don't always be saying nothing.
Well, you don't always be saying something, but I'm there. I know you do get on subjects. Y'all ought to be around him when he gets passionate about something that he wants to talk about. He's like Grandma. He can't get a word in edgewise. So I sit there and I say, yeah. And then he'll say, I know you ain't interested in what I'm saying. I said, yes, I am. I'm listening. Yeah, I can tell you listening. But a couple of days later, I can go back and tell him something about what he said. And he said, well, I guess you was listening, wasn't you?
And sometimes it's surprising. You know the light I couldn't get on over there the other night,
Yeah.
playing drum? It's coming off and on over there. And every time it goes off, I look. Every time it comes on, I look.
Yeah. That might be Jesus trying to get y'all's attention. You know, he's been doing that lately.
Trying to get my attention.
Yeah. Like when you fell down them rocks at the river
Yeah.
and he cushioned you so much. That's cause I've been praying for you.
That didn't feel good.
No, it didn't feel good a few days later either, did it?
No, that beat all.
But you were blessed.
I could tell I was a little bit sore when I started playing them drums. And that was a few days later. It went to hurting like more and more.
Yeah. It makes a difference.
And I was trying to act like it wasn't hurting.
Yeah, but you couldn't hardly act like that when you got to playing them drums, because everybody they could tell it. Started noticing it.
No. I guess we got a pretty big day today, haven't we?
Oh, we do have a big day today. Let me tell y'all about our day today. Just a little bit. Church first. The mystery man don't go. That's his choice. He has been before, though. But we're going to have some special friends that flew all the way from Michigan to join me and Stephen and Grandma at church this morning. And I can't wait to get there and meet them. Okay, hold on, excuse me. Okay, what's the daughter's name? The letter writer.
Elizabeth Clements and Holly Clements.
You gonna take that out, right?
No.
Danny, yes you are.
I ain't taking nothing out.
Yes you are. He can edit this, I'm sorry. Elizabeth Clements and Miss Holly Clements. I don't know, I just hear Rachel's name all the time because we watch some of her videos where she's making crafts and stuff, and I just had that on my brain. But anyway, Miss Elizabeth and Miss Holly, that's who flew all the way from Michigan. So we're excited about meeting them. Miss Elizabeth was the one that wrote the letter that touched everybody's heart, and Stephen couldn't hardly read, and I was so proud. I haven't seen Stephen humbled like that in a long time because he's had so much negativity around him, and he needed that. We all did, but that was beautiful. And we are going to be honored to have them this morning. They did want to know, and I don't know exactly how they said it, but they did want to know if there was any particular thing that any particular things that we done at church that they needed to be aware of. I guess they mean like dressing and stuff like that.
Well, what about when y'all bring the snakes out?
We don't bring the snakes out. We have been accused of that though. But and we did have a snake crawl into church one time, and then we did have a snake on the wall outside the church trying to get in.
Somebody accused y'all of having snakes up there?
Oh yeah, some of the local churches are accused us of being snake handling. That's a snake handling church.
Why would they say that?
Well, we had a box cut in the floor where we used to put Jesus' big cross when we done our Easter celebrations and Christmas programs. I mean, it was awesome.
Right when y'all stood a big cross up?
Yeah, and it's on video. Faith's Christian Assembly. Y'all need to watch some of that. It is awesome. I have a picture on the wall. I was Mary, the mother of Jesus. But when we stood that cross up, Danny can show y'all that picture. When we stood that cross up, they set it down in that hole cut in the floor. And then people accused us of having rattlesnakes in that box.
You know,
in the floor.
I stopped and looked at this the other day.
Did you?
Yeah,
If you can see it through the dust.
His
His brother-
I thought it was like a professional picture. You're gonna have to hold it closer to him.
This is Brother Aaron Graham. He was Jesus. Awesome. Awesome job. This is me, the mother of Jesus. This is Brother Tony Oliver. He was my other son. I went blank. I can't think of his name right now. And this was the other Mary that went to the cross with me. But see, when I start telling something, I lose my train of thought. But I was so anointed, and this program was so anointed until we did it. I know we did it 2 years, but after we did it the first year, I wound up in the hospital for a week with my heart because it took so much out of me, and the Lord blessed me, and it wasn't like you got to get up there and cry when they crucified Jesus. I mean, it wasn't I had to. It was I couldn't stop. And they thought I was having a heart attack, so I wound up in the hospital a whole week, run all kind of tests, found out wasn't nothing wrong with my heart. My heart was fine. It was just the wear and tear and stress and emotions of being the mother of Jesus. So, and I had asked God to help me feel what Mary felt. So, but anyway, we have we have an awesome time at church, and it's you can. It's not what you wear, as long as you covered up. I mean, surely nobody wants to come in the house of the Lord not covered up, but look, it ain't all about that. It's about lost souls coming into the church and us trying to help them and pray for them for Jesus to save them, because that's what Jesus wants us to do. He wants us to witness to people and try to help be an example and show them what living a Christian life, the benefits from it, and what it's really good for. And if it's not, it's good for a lot of things. Don't take this long, but if it's not good for anything else, it allows you to be in a better place after your life is over. So it's just amazing.
I had told y'all this one time that they, after that Passion of Christ movie come out, they all went up there like had a watch party, like every year. And anyway, I didn't want to go, and I asked Tammy about the movie. Anything I want to know, she knows. Well, anything I need to know, she knows. And anyway, that movie bothered me. And I was talking to Tammy about it, and she said that it was worse in real life than the movie.
Absolutely. What Jesus went through for us just so that we could be saved, nobody will ever know. We know what the Bible tells us, but we don't know for every stripe he got how it felt and what all they done to him. And I can tell you what, I love my kids, and I could sacrifice my life for either one of my kids or grandkids or Danny in an instant. I mean, and wouldn't think twice about it. But to take one of my children and give my children as a sacrifice for, especially for a bunch of people who don't deserve it and don't even care whether they get it or not, only God could have done that. I don't know of anybody else. They might say they could, But I don't know that I would believe that. Only God could do what God done. And he used his son for it. And I can't wait to get up there and thank him. And have y'all noticed, I know I done got on the subject now, but have y'all noticed how many people just every other day or 2 or 3 times a week is getting really sick or really hurt in a wreck or dying? I mean, young people, old people. We gotta be ready. And I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, this hymn, I don't knock anybody's religion, anybody's denomination. I grew up Nazarene. I didn't like the title Nazarene. I never liked a title on a church, a man-made title. I'm a born-again Christian, been sanctified. I love God and Jesus, and I feel the Holy Spirit. And I try my best to live the Christian life. So when somebody asks me what denomination I am, I say I'm a Christian. Now we are non.
I ain't never knew that.
We are a non-denominational church, but I always wanted more than what I was getting at the Nazarene church. And my uncle was the pastor, and he was an awesome pastor until he got sick. But I wasn't getting what I needed. I wanted more. And God just said one day, and no, it was not in an audible voice that I heard the voice of God say. It was God talk to me. And he said, go to the other end of the road. Graham Church is up here on this end of the road. The Nazarene Church and Faith Christian Assembly is down on this end of the road. So I did. And as soon as I walked in that church, I knew that that's where I wanted to be. I felt the Spirit of God, and I feel it every time I walk in. And that's what I want.
You know, Timmy, they kind of remind me of these people here that watch. The people's different in both the churches, ain't they?
Yes.
There's a difference, ain't there?
Yeah, there is a difference. The atmosphere is different, and the people's difference. I'll give you an example. Like I say, you come to our church, you can come in flip-flops, you can come in shorts, blue jeans, as long as you come covered up. But there was just like, the Nazarene church, my daughter told me, she said, Mama, she said, I always thought you had to wear a dress to church. I said, no, you don't have to wear a dress to church. I said, but as your mama and in the Nazarene church, that's what I preferred you to wear. So that's the way we done it. Now, I try my best at Faith to honor God and wear a dress or a skirt, even though I hate both of them. I hate shoes, but I try to do that. But God has given me peace on Wednesday nights, that I can wear whatever I wore to work, It ain't about what you wear.
Sometimes you do, don't you?
I do.
When she works late.
And I look awful when I get off of work. Y'all have seen me when I get off of work. And I'm tired and I'm wore out, but I go.
Timmy, I do want to tell them, because I don't want to leave something undone, like the difference in people. There's a lot of difference in these people and on my other YouTube channels.
Yes. Well, I'm pretty sure they probably realize that.
Well, they probably don't.
Well.
But the other channels I got is mostly men.
Yeah.
There's some women on there, but they mostly men, but there's a difference in night and day.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of good in men and women.
Yeah.
And their minds, like my mind don't think like everybody else's. I'm me. It don't matter if I'm at work, at church, at the football game. I holler at church just like I do at the football game. You can't accuse me of not shouting at church. like people do at the ball game. But wouldn't y'all like to have had $1 for every person that was at that ball game yesterday? I mean, that was just unreal. And they hollered the whole time. But see, I don't just do that at a ball game. If
You don't holler at the ball
I said
game?
I don't just do that at a ball game. If the Holy Spirit falls on me,
Oh.
and it don't take much for that to happen, I'm gonna holler in church.
Hey, when Stephen used to play recreation football, I wouldn't even sit with Tammy.
He wouldn't, and he won't sit with me at no ball game neither. But I mean, I'm mean.
I said, Tammy, you do realize they can't hear you, don't you?
I said I don't care, and I didn't. I mean, everything I do is not the most perfect and etiquette thing in the world. I guess that's how you would say it. But I'm me. And my number one thing in life is I love the Lord with all my heart. And I've been trying to talk Stephen and Mystery Man into doing a gospel concert because Stephen knows those songs. And he has sung some in church. He used to sing in the church choir till he got lazy.
Stephen don't practice.
I know, but
I
if it's
tried to get
gospel
him.
songs, gotta help him with it.
I try to get him in here, and sometimes I can't get him on here to practice. I have practiced the drums a little bit.
Yeah. Well, I know they were going over the songs yesterday a little bit, trying to get the list up on what people had requested that Stephen didn't really know, and he was going to go over them. And I told him, I said, y'all really need to pick a night to do a gospel concert. And, it ain't got to be 6 or 7 hours long. I mean, 1 or 2 hours. Well, not one, because that just ain't enough time. That's just getting you started good. But a couple of hours of gospel music, oh, it would be awesome. And I'm pulling for that, so y'all need to keep helping me pull for that, because I've seen some of y'all. County Boy's mama requested a gospel song the other night, and Stephen missed that. He thought the song County Boy requested was the song, but they had 2 requests, and I saw it. But anyway, y'all help me pray about that, and maybe we can get them to do.
Okay, it's back going. This camera will automatically stop at a certain point.
But anyway, I think a gospel couple of hours or maybe 3 hours. Anyway, concert will be awesome.
Do you?
I
You
do.
think it would go over good?
Oh, it would go over awesome. And if y'all, I mean, it's a shame that you can't put music on YouTube for copyrights and stuff, because look, I would have him singing on my channel, and I would have him doing all that country music and all that gospel music, because man, that good old country music is hard to beat. And I like some rock and roll too, but look, there ain't hardly anybody out there is not going to sit down and listen to a good old gospel sing every now and then. I mean, people travel all over the world to hear gospel music.
You don't never miss it at church, do you?
I try not to. Uh-oh. That means it's almost time to get ready to go to church.
No, that means it's time to get up, don't it? What time is it?
Well, yeah, 10:15, that's usually right. I've usually had my coffee, and now it's time to get up and put your clothes on.
She enjoys laying in the bed and get up and drink. She likes to get up and make her coffee and lay in the bed and sip on it in the bed
I sure do.
while she's waking up.
And I have been known to lay there and cut off all the alarms and go back to sleep and have to get up and run. But that's all right.
Okay, Tammy, I was down there at Mama's the other day, and I couldn't remember if you was 12 or 13 when your mama passed.
She died 3 days before I turned 16. I was 15. She died on the 19th of January
Oh, when
in
was the-
76.
was the wreck?
The wreck was in 71.
So you was 11?
Well, 10. I was just fixing to turn 11. But, yeah, my mama died 3 days before I turned 16. And she loved Danny Hodges, I'm telling you.
Onlyest one that ever did.
She
She's
told.
gone.
I mean, there are really some good stories from my past, but that's one that means a lot to me, because I was too young. I didn't really date, but Danny's stepbrother liked me. I mean, he really liked me, and I liked him too. His name was Scotty Bryant, and that's how Danny started coming to the house with Scotty. And my mama, she got to meet him and all, and she liked Scotty, but Mama told me one night, she said, "You need to be going with that other boy, Danny." I said, "Mama, Danny ain't a boy that you go with. Danny goes with who he wants to go with." I said, "That probably ain't gonna happen." She said, "Well, that's who I'd be going for." She said, "I like Scotty, but that would be who I would be going for, and that's who I want you to go for." But anyway,
she thinks that like I just got all kind of women, and I mean she's always thought that.
this was my mama, Christine Graham, and although I didn't know her very long, I haven't seen another one made like her. But anyway, Daddy used to always joke and tell her that, because she worked at the Dublin Garment Company, what was called the Shirt Factory. And Daddy used to joke and always tell her that if anything ever happened to her, that place was shut down. Well, amazingly so, after Mama died, the Dublin Garment Company did shut down. I said, well, I guess Daddy was right. But I know a lot of you probably don't have your mamas, but a lot of times in my life I say certain prayers, and you don't realize the degree of your prayer, but I ask God to help me forget a lot of my past, because all our past is not always wonderful. But I remember highlights of my mama's life. But the most vivid thing I remember of her before she got hurt, because she was paralyzed in a wreck, was her standing in the kitchen making a pitcher of tea. And she had a big old smile on her face. I remember that. And then after she got hurt, she was paralyzed, and me and my sister used to set up, and Mama loved Elvis Presley and Johnny Cash, and we used to lean a chair up at the end of her hospital bed, because she stayed at home. And we
had a hospital bed at home.
Yeah, she had a hospital bed at home. And we used to watch the Late Show, the Late Late Show, and the Late 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 Show, and then get up and go to school. But they were old Elvis movies, and we would always watch them. And on Friday nights, I think it was Friday night, but anyway, we listened to that jukebox. No, it was Saturday night, because it was called Jukebox Saturday Night. We listened to that and called in requests. And my mama's favorite...
on the radio?
Yeah, and my mama's favorite song that she liked to hear was Satin Sheets. So we would call in and request Satin Sheets for Mama. But she did. She told me, she said, "You need to be with that boy right there." So once me and Danny, circumstances happened, and I had to let Scotty go on his way, because bless his heart, we was only 15 years old. Well, 16, because I had done turned 16 then. Scotty wanted to get married. He wanted to marry me. I said, "Boy, you don't want to marry me. We ain't nothing but young'uns." But he said, "I do too." I said, "No, you need to go on, find you somebody else. You getting too serious." But anyway, circumstances happened, and me and Danny got together, and Danny's right. My family did not treat him well. They did not, and I'm not talking about just immediate family. But I knew with all my heart that he was my soulmate. He was the one that I wanted, good, bad, indifferent, or whatever. I knew he was the one God made for me. And today proves it.
All them marriage counselors in your family, they didn't know what they was talking about, did they?
I did not have a legal marriage counselor in my family.
I thought they all.
I had people who thought they knew what was best. Now, in my daddy's defense, I was my daddy's baby. And my daddy and Danny had a lot of things in common. And my daddy saw a lot of him in Danny.
Yeah, but I was sweet. Your daddy was mean.
No, that's not. This is my story. I'm telling it. Oh, my daddy was a very loving, caring person, but alcohol would change him. And the same thing with Danny. Danny drank as a young person. And my daddy, he did everything in his power to make me not love Danny, but it didn't work because I loved Danny. And so Daddy finally gave up. We might tell that story one day, but anyway, before he passed away, he told Danny, he lived 16 years longer than Mama. But before he passed away, he told Danny that he was proud of him and he knew he was wrong about him. And that meant the world to me and Danny. But, you know, people feel the way they feel for different reasons, but nobody don't need to come to me and tell me nothing about Danny Hodges or his faults, because look, I live them and I know, and we all got faults. But he is just as good as gold to me and my kids. And I love him.
Our kids.
Oh, excuse me, our kids. Yeah, he did have a part in that.
I see Stephen walking around here. Oh, I'm fitting to go out there and see if I can get him.
Okay.
Come in a minute. Tell him about you holding the cigarette up there for your mama to smoke a cigarette. I'll be right back. She was getting on to you.
Well, anyway, I didn't mean to just say my kids. It's just habit. They are our kids, and we are very proud of them. Well, he wants me to tell y'all this, but yeah, Mama was paralyzed, and from the neck down, she had braces for her hands, and she loved to smoke. She was a smoker too, her and Daddy. So when she didn't have her hand splint on, when she had her hand splint on, she could hold her cigarette in between her fingers. But when she didn't have it on, with me and my sister, sometimes we would stand up there at the bed and hold her cigarette for her. And if you didn't get it up there to her mouth just right like she wanted it, she would say, she would get on to you. But she had a sense of humor, buddy. She was funny. She never lost her sense of humor. She was funny and she was a mess. But she's missed. But you know what? Daddy's missed too. And I loved him dearly, and he knew it. I kept talking to him and witnessing to him, and he always thought that he had done too much wrong to be saved. But praise the Lord, Jesus let me know that he had gotten saved before he died. So I wouldn't have my mom and daddy back in this world the way it is, knowing that they're in heaven, for nothing in the world. They're a lot better off than we are. We still got to make it. But yeah, we'll tell some more stories again. Hand me that picture of Daddy and I'll show them what he looked like. My daddy was in the Marine Corps. And he was, you know that song Stephen sings about Sharp Dressed Man? Now that was Prescott Graham. This was my daddy.
Yeah, her daddy.
When he was in the Marine Corps. And if you can see through the dust on it, you can tell what he looks.
That's pretty good.
What he looks
hold
like.
It closer, just in case they can't see good.
But anyway, was my daddy, Prescott Graham. But even after he got out of the Marine Corps, when he worked, he wore a uniform, a white uniform, because he was in nursing at the VA. But when he put on clothes, now he was a sharp dressed man. His shoes was shine and his clothes was nice and not wrinkled. And I used to, even after Mama got hurt, I used to have to iron his handkerchiefs. I thought that was the most ridiculous thing. I don't even iron today at all.
Sit him to the side, Tammy.
But my daddy, he liked his clothes ironed, and he
You don't iron mine.
no, and I ain't gonna iron his. I throw them in the dryer with the dryer sheet. Look, I don't even iron mine. I don't think they never should have invented an iron. I mean, I remember Granny used to have one of them old iron irons that were heavy, that if you dropped it on your toe, it'd break your foot. But, no, I don't like to iron. I don't like to clean house either, and I hate washing dishes. So anytime, if y'all come over and you feel free to, it bothers you, come on in here and wash these dishes. I tried that on Mystery Man, but it ain't worked yet. He don't care how long I leave them. He'll leave them there for me.
She went and got her some money out of the bank. She's got her own little private stash.
He knows about it.
Yes.
It's called Christmas money and vacation money.
She went and got out $2,000.
And guess what? The first thing he said was,
What?
he said, I hope you ain't gonna spend $2,000 on Christmas. And I mean, it just like a light switch.
It sure did.
It lit me up. I said, I'm not planning on spending $2,000 on Christmas, but I'm planning on having my Christmas money, so when I see what I want to get, I'm going to get it. I said, I'm going to put some of the other money up, but I'm going to keep some of that money on me, and I'm going to buy what I want to buy like I always do. I said, I think I do pretty good at Christmas. He said, yeah, you do. And then guess what he said?
I mean, I didn't understand why you, thought I didn't want you to.
Well, I thought he was fixing to tell me, no, times is a little, we getting retirement age and we need to hang on to the money and all that stuff. And I don't know. I just thought that's what he was fixing to say. So I jumped to a conclusion I shouldn't have jumped to. But look, I don't do a lot, but I'm going to do my Christmas. I got good grandkids, and we mainly just buy for them. And as long as the Lord blesses me, and I have a few dollars at Christmas in that little savings account, they're going to get their Christmas.
And you have your box of snacks.
And I already got them. I bought 3 boxes of Cheez-Its.
I see Stephen coming in now.
What time's it getting?
He was feeding the chickens. It's 10:29.
Well, he must apparently don't have to go across town.
I don't know. We ain't talked to Stephen. Well, I mean, but, Tammy talked to him a second here and there, and she talked to Grandma this morning, too.
Hey, how many of y'all forgot to set your clocks back? I did. I got up real early. Do you have to go across town? Oh, you don't? Are they coming?
They said they set this one out.
Oh, I just told everybody they was going.
Stephen, can you sit down there with your mom a minute?
Yeah.
Oh man, I hate that.
I said they're tired from the trip.
All right, well, I'll retract my statement, but we know where Miss Elizabeth and Miss Holly's heart was. They had intended on going, but they're give out from the trip down here, so that's understandable.
Yeah, that.
All right, lady, you gotta get down. You wet. But
Oh, y'all supposed to go eat dinner or anything, Steve?
Yeah, supposed to.
look how bad my baby's sweating. What you been doing?
Well, I put the seats in my Corvette.
Already?
I had to put, feed the chickens, water the chickens.
Yeah, I noticed they didn't have no water.
I went and bought them some, scratch feed.
Well, good. Because they've been scratching. All right, get down. Get down.
They getting
Excuse me.
carried away.
Fur babies
But
is...
anything you do out there, you sweat.
I wouldn't know. I hadn't been out there lately. I showed them a puzzle book that you
Did you?
bought me.
Did you feed the chickens while we was at the river camping?
I sure did. I fed the chickens and I fed Coca. We miss Coca. I really miss Coca. I know Coca's better off,
Yeah.
and I knew when the Lord got ready to take her, He would. But I'm so glad He blessed her with the medicine she was taking to get better before she passed. But man, I miss her. But yes, I fed all the dogs and the chickens.
Lord Almighty, the dogs just can't help it.
And apparently some of Miss Della's kitty cats from next door too.
You think it'd be a good idea to people to put their prayer requests in the comments and let's write them down?
Sure, it'd be a great idea. In fact, I've got people, and I know there's much more, but I'm terrible with names, as y'all noticed earlier. But anyway, Bearded Granny and her friend's daughter,
Yeah.
Dove Lynn and her sister. I'm still praying for a miracle for Dove Lynn's sister. Okay. April Wise and Miss Deb Phillips. That's just, I'm expecting great things out of that, just like Miss Deb is.
And Ha.
And Ha. I hate so bad Ha lost her sister. I believe it was her sister.
Yeah.
We praying for her.
She's actually like going through some other stuff with another sister.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't know
But-
about that, but
I didn't quite catch the details
yeah.
of
But God knows all those circumstances. But there is and there's more than that. I can't remember them all right this minute. But people who wrote letters and asked for prayer, I pray. I know God's going to answer the prayers the way He sees fit. Because after my mama got hurt, I prayed all the time. God, let me wake up and my mama just be standing up and walking, Give her legs back. Let her be able to walk. I mean, I prayed that as a young teenager. And God answered that prayer 6 years later when He took her home. The night she died, she went to be with Him. I mean, He answered it. It just wasn't the way that, as a kid, I thought it needed to be answered, and
Yeah.
I wasn't happy with that for a long time, but it got straightened out. So, see, I can understand somebody saying that, they got angry with God because He didn't do what they thought He should do. But we just have to keep praying and get back with Him, and then we realize later on in life that He done what was best, and He did.
Jamie, I'll tell you a thought I had.
What?
You know how I'm always thinking.
Yes.
Like all the people that don't like me and Steven on Grandma's video. And I really thought hard about this, And like a lot of times when I go down there, sometimes I'm kind of ready to get up and go.
Yeah.
But I thought about the day liable come where she wished I was there, or I wish she was there.
Yeah.
It can be either way.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can't base your actions and reactions on the way people on YouTube think, because no, everybody is not gonna think the same. You're gonna have people that like you. You're gonna have people that love you. You're gonna have people that can't stand you. I mean, y'all are doing what y'all love to do, and people love watching y'all. And the ones that love watching you, they gonna be there regardless of whether you miss a word in a song you singing on the drum channel, or if you say something wrong, like I do a lot of times and have to correct myself. But those people are gonna be there, and that's what it's all about.
That's right.
That's who you're doing it for. And there's gonna be negativity and everything.
But one more thing, Timmy. I can tell by looking at the comments, they're not regular watchers. I can tell they're not regular people.
Oh,
They are people that have watched her in the past.
yeah,
I can tell it. Trust me, I can tell it.
yeah.
By
Well,
just what they saying.
yeah, well, there's a
Look.
lot of people that's watched her.
Oh, I mean, okay, the camera cut off again. These cheap cameras, even though it's about $700, that's considered a cheap camera. You have to pay a bunch of money for one that keeps rolling. But you know, when you see people, I just wish you would go back to doing like you was, talking about grandma.
Yeah,
You know, they either don't care that she's going to a bunch of trouble and she can't hardly do it, or either,
they don't understand.
yeah, and that's exactly what I'm saying, because most people get it.
Yeah,
So it's one or the other.
yeah,
And if they really cared, they wouldn't saying, I just wish you would get rid of them and go back to doing it yourself.
Yeah,
yeah,
the people that think like that, you won't never change their mind anyway.
yeah. No, you won't. And, you know, I told y'all I am what I am. I mean, you're not going to please them people. And I'm not one that's going to try. Remember if y'all remember back when y'all was telling me that y'all thought that I would be good with a prayer channel and talking to people and stuff, I think that's an awesome subject, you know, and an awesome idea. But my thing is, as I told y'all, be careful what you ask for, because I'm not going to say anything just because that's something somebody wants me to say or how they want me to say it. I'm going to say it the way I feel and the best, to my knowledge, that's the truth. And that's not always popular. But you know what? I don't have to be a popular person. As long as God is pleased with me. You know, it would be nice if the world liked you. But the world don't have to like Tammy Hodges. As long as God is pleased with me, that's what I strive for. And that's just the way it is.
This baby just wants to be on camera so bad.
Yeah, look at her. And y'all, they are 2 months past due for their trimming, but praise the Lord.
No, they missed 2 haircut appointments.
Yeah, but this coming Saturday, praise the Lord, I done told them I can't work. They're going to the pet scent, and Jada is going to make them pretty again. Because, man, they need a bath and a trim bad. I can't wait to show y'all after they get trimmed.
Is that one you wanted? Just want to sit on that.
This is Chloe right here. She's a sweetheart. Cricket is too, but Cricket, she can be a little aggravating.
Just want to sit in my lap.
And jealous, Lord have mercy. That started out being Steven's dog, and I guess it still is, but they've been together so long, they just have to stay together.
They got this love-hate thing. Look at Chloe.
You want a hot dog? Huh? You want a hot dog? You want some eggs? That's what Daddy tells you, ain't it? All the time. What time is it?
It's
20 till.
22.
We're gonna have to get up and leave y'all, but I really hate that.
The church is like a half a mile away.
Yeah, we could walk if we had to, but I sure don't want to.
Stephen, you got anything today?
I remember buying this for you.
Ain't it pretty?
It's pretty.
See?
Yeah, I see all that stuff shining.
I bought this for myself. Cheap. I have one that says faith, hope, and love, but hope kind of disappeared in the drawer somewhere, so I got the plain Jane one. But y'all get the message.
Oh, that's 3 bracelets. That
Yes,
ain't
sir.
one?
No, sir, it's 3. I got some necklaces, but I don't put them on very often. And I got a big old diamond ring, but I don't put it on very often either.
Stephen, I might have lost track. Y'all are going to eat?
Yeah, we are.
Where y'all gonna go eat?
I don't know yet. I gotta get with Grandma and Mama and find out when they can go. And
I can go right after church.
okay.
Grandma can go right after church.
Well, I gotta run it by her. I can't just bring it on her.
Where y'all gonna go? Is that gonna be
That's
on?
right.
You gonna film it, Stephen?
I hadn't thought about it. But
Y'all don't want to watch me.
It's a
eat,
good
do
time
you?
to say if you're gonna film it.
Miss Holly did. I went and seen them yesterday evening. They got in at like 7 o'clock.
Oh yeah, I mean they are.
PM. So you know they flew and went to Atlanta, rented a car, drove to Macon, ate, come to Dublin. Like they was tired, but
I
Yeah.
imagine they was.
I actually got them to write a list down, and I went to Walmart for them and got some stuff they needed.
That was
So like they
sweet.
didn't even have to go. So, but
That's my baby.
done that for them, and we sat and talked and found out a lot of interesting stuff. It was pretty neat.
Well, good.
But they was planning on going to church, but they said they'd pass this trip.
Yeah, I mean,
that means they're coming back again.
I expect they are tired.
Yeah.
But Miss Holly put in to go fishing.
Uh-oh.
She said, "I want to go fishing on that boat."
So y'all gonna do that today?
And we're doing that tomorrow. So,
All right. I'll be
the
at
weather
work.
the weather wasn't good enough today. I mean, plus we had church,
Yeah, I mean it's kind of rainy too,
but
but tomorrow'll be good.
she said, "I want to catch some fish." She said, "My daughter don't fish, and she can sit on a bucket. It's just fine with me. I'll fish."
There you go, Mama.
She said, "One condition, you got to take my fish off." I said, "I'll take every one of them off."
You do that anyway, don't you? For all of
I
us.
do.
Well, maybe Miss Holly will catch her a great old big one.
Yeah, I'm kind of excited to see them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to meet them. But, I don't know. Life is just good, but you have to make it. If life hands you a bunch of lemons, you make some homemade fresh lemonade.
And especially,
Talking about pop some popcorn.
and especially you spending all my money.
Uh-huh. That's all right. But I helped him get $503 a month.
Yeah, I got my Social Security. 18, I wasn't ever on disability, was I?
No, baby, you've never been on disability. Does people think you've been on disability?
I heard somebody on another channel the other day. That guy was on disability, and man, they was giving it to him.
Well, shame on them, because if you need disability, it's a good thing to have.
Yeah.
I probably could have got disability, that couldn't.
Yeah, you could have got it.
You know, I asked Evan about it when Ed Higgs, when we was at the river
Yeah.
camping. I said, what do you have to do to get disability? Not that I wanted, I know that it's like a little hard to get.
Yeah.
He said, he was telling me they'll turn you down a couple of times, and
Then you had to appeal it and do it again.
then you go get a lawyer.
Yeah. But you very able. You do not qualify for disability.
I don't.
You might not want to pump gas, but you can, is what she said.
Hey, I can't stand up all day,
Well, I can't either.
and I can't sit all day neither.
Well, I can't either. When I sit a long time and get up, I look worse than Granny Clampett trying to get out of a chair. But I'm just glad I can keep going.
So,
I mean,
I got this shirt yesterday. I guess I didn't know the story about flamingos. I checked out at the register, and the woman at the store, she checked me out. I paid for it. She handed me a receipt. She said, "You have a good day now."
Hey,
I said, "I'm gonna have a good day every day."
that is a beautiful shirt. I love it. And some of his YouTube or Facebook people told him they love it too. Look, I can tell you, there ain't nothing about this boy right here now.
Not even my pinky toe.
And I thank God for that.
Well, I like this color.
I do too.
I went to go get a shirt.
I like everything but the flamingos. What's that GH stand for?
Oh, that's the name brand shirt.
Oh,
But I went and bought it for the concert. But when I seen Daddy's shirt he had on, like we wouldn't have matched, so I went
Yeah.
and changed. But
Yeah. Well, you still can wear it. He's got one with sharks on it. You can wear your flamingo one when he wears his one with sharks. Hey y'all, I know me and Steven's got to go, but I'll tell y'all one short story right quick. My daughter Christina texted me yesterday, and she said, "Does Daddy have an electric sander?" And you know, it's about Christmas time, so I thought, she's gonna buy him an electric sander for Christmas. So I called Steven in there and asked Steven if Daddy had one, and I call him Daddy. But anyway, and Steven said, "Yeah, I think so." So I texted Christina back and I said, "Yeah, he's got one." And then in a couple of minutes she texted me back and she said, "Wow, good, I need to borrow it next week." I thought she was looking for him a Christmas present and she was wanting to borrow an electric sander.
that's funny.
He said, "That's a chip off the old block."
Save her money.
Oh, so she's fixing something. I don't know what, but she must have some crafty skills in her too.
She'll be over there saying a prayer while she's saying it. Please don't tear it up. Please don't tear it up.
Yeah, so she won't have to
Yeah.
replace it. Hey. But we are a trip now.
Oh, she's funny. I give her a fit.
Yeah.
it goes on around here like at the Osbornes, don't it?
Well, yeah, I guess you could say that, but they just ain't quite as much
Hey, when Bentley's here,
ugly talk as they are at the Osbornes.
Bentley, he be coming in and out that back door, don't
Yes, he does.
he?
Yeah.
And then gone.
Yep.
He got something he wears on his head. Some of that metaverse stuff.
Virtual technology.
Yeah, and I was over there laying on the couch and I heard some commotion.
It was him with that game on.
Hey, I turned around there and looked and like he was doing karate and stuff. And
He got me to do it one evening on the bed. He said, "Let me get you set up here, Grandma, so you won't fall off the bed." And I thought, what? Anyway, he got me set up. I still almost fell off the bed fighting them men, and then I almost hit him in the head fighting them men. I said, "Boy, you better get back." I hit the dog in the head. I was just slinging my arm and doing all kind of stuff and rearing back. And,
I put it on in the camper and I hit the TV and knocked it over backwards.
I mean, you gotta have room to play that stuff.
I was in like an arena, like in the old times where there was swords and hammers and stuff laying all around, and these men kept running out this tunnel, and I was having to fight them. And I mean, it's like you see dust coming up off their feet when they're running towards you. And I couldn't figure out how to pick the sword up, so I was hitting them and kicking them. And I'm talking about I knocked the TV over backwards. But it's
Yeah.
pretty cool. I didn't get whooped that day.
Yeah, it is cool. It is cool doing it, but people's got to stay out of the way of you doing it. And I have to protect my eyes. I knew I had that thing on, but I've had two eye surgeries, and I don't want to have another one. And I always try to protect my eyes. And oh, we got to go. We only got 9 minutes to
Got to
go
go.
a half a mile. We got to go. Well, I enjoyed it, y'all.
Good to see y'all.
We'll get together again if y'all interested. And if not, maybe the one or two that is a watch. All right, y'all have a blessed day. Bye-bye. Well, I ain't even got my shoes on yet.
Still feeling.
She's ready, ain't she?
Yeah.
Well, I hope y'all enjoy the video. Got lots of content coming up. Just stay tuned.
Got any more fish?
Got any more fish?
Fishing.
Fishing?
Yeah. You got any more fishing coming?
Yeah, like, definitely gonna have some fishing coming. I'm ready. I got all my batteries charged. I got my boat ready. Like I'm itching to go. Itching. I didn't get it out of my system.
We had to leave the river, y'all. I was having a handicap hunt.
At Bush Farms.
No, at the Sportsman Club, Tim.
I know that Bush Farms was having the handicap thing, and they were staying at the Sportsman's Club.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we had to leave them. Then there's 17 days. I got home, Tim and the dogs, they run from the back door to the front door, having a race.
Yeah.
Was there anybody glad to see you get back, Steve?
I
Nobody?
think the chickens was. Chickens miss me.
You know what Demon said? That's all right.
It's alright to be little bitty. A little hometown, a big old city.
Oh, you better be going to the Cracker Barrel.
Yeah, we got
Or Longhorns.
I don't know. They had Cracker Barrel yesterday.
Oh, that means Longhorns. Hey, Tammy, did you get to tell the lady thank you about the blanket?
Yeah,
Mm.
on the YouTube thing, on the drum thing. We got
Oh,
to go.
yeah, that's right.
We got to go.
They probably still didn't see it, though. All right, y'all.